okay. Freeze, motherfucker!
Get out of my way.
Mayday! Mayday! God damn!
What do you see here?
Stuff they stole from Kuwait?
Bullshit. I'm talking about millions in Kuwaiti bullion.
You mean them little cubes you put in hot water and make soup?
No, not the little cubes you put in hot water to make soup.
1,
Ow.
2,
Ow.
3.
The great thing about this film is that you can't really capture the essence of this film.
There's so many different things. I mean, you know, the dramatic aspect, the comedic aspect, there's a lot of action.
It's more of just a ride, you know what I mean? A ride into craziness.
When I really go to the Army, I'll be able to do this all myself, you know?
Go in fast. Hit him with the blinding power of American sunshine. You open that door now.
Freeze! It's basically a heist story. I mean, these guys are going off to try to steal something in this surreal environment. It's like the insanity of consumer culture crashing into contemporary warfare. It's a weird combination.
Cut!
You know, I don't think anybody can really dare to suggest that making a movie is anything like a war. It's really hard, and we survived a lot of stress and a lot of windstorms and a lot of hard days, you know. For me, at some personal level, it was like being through a war. They're this kind of fucking thing. That can look real with your left hand, don't you think?
It just seems just a little weak to me.
Bang, bang, that's perfect.
I think that David Russell is a very unique filmmaker, certainly off-center. David had made 2 films prior, 2 terrific films, one called Flirting with Disaster and the other called Spanking the Monkey.
David manages to create unique characters, put them in unique situations, make us laugh when we least expect to, yet make everything that's happening to them, no matter how exotic, they are moments that we seem to know.
Honey, it's me.
Troy? Oh, my God! What was that? I thought the war was over, honey.
Well, it isn't, babe. Could you do me a favor and call the reserve center?
I don't even know what we did here.
Don't even start that with me. This has been
Just tell me what we did here,
What do you
Rod.
want to do? Occupy Iraq and do Vietnam all over?
Archie Gates is kind of the contemporary soldier. I wanted him to have kind of that older energy of a guy who's been through the system for a while, and his ideals have definitely been chewed up by it, so he's a bit cynical. He's been reduced to escorting a journalist around, which a lot of good soldiers did during Desert Storm.
Are you ready to work with me now?
Yeah, I'm ready to work with you.
I wrote this part, and then I met Jim Parker, who kind of affirmed it for me.
Your primary job is to deal the civilian population.
Parker was our military advisor, and he was who we initially met with long before we started shooting the film, just hanging with him to learn about the realistic problems that these guys went through. It wasn't written with him in mind, but after we spent time with him, things started getting tailored around him and his life.
Well, Jim Parker, you know, was in the Gulf, and Jim Parker, you know, saw soldiers crying because they were forced to stand. American soldiers in the 82nd Airborne were crying because they had to watch. The war was over, and they were forced to sit on their hands while Iraqi civilians were being butchered by Saddam's army.
And it gets to you because you're the good guy. You know you were born to be a good guy, and you're standing there with all of this weaponry. And right across the river, you're watching this incredible slaughter, and there's not a damn thing you can do.
There are going to be Shiites in here, so don't kill everybody.
We did a crash course real fast, you know, just gave us a nice understanding on how the military works, and it really kind of puts you in the right perspective on how you should deliver this part.
The training up to a certain point was character specific to educate that person to the point where they felt very comfortable playing that character. To put this all together We ran an FTX, a field training exercise, to simulate part of the story that we're trying to tell.
United States military! United States military! Everybody out!
I was trying to get out of the training at first because, you know, I knew it wasn't going to be easy.
Freeze! Put your weapon down! Come out! Hands up! Got it down!
Weapons on safe. Okay?
These guys are weekend warriors, and they train on the weekends and they have day jobs, and many of them are doing it for economic reasons, to supplement their income. A lot of these guys, you know, who haven't really seen violence and were kind of grew up in a movie culture of violence, they just want to have fun, and they think guns are cool, and they think shooting is cool, and didn't see action for most of the war.
You want to see some action?
Yeah, I do.
Is what you're after?
These guys are not Rambo-type soldiers. They're ordinary guys who are just trying to get ahead and kind of find themselves in a situation where, you know, it's about what's really right and what's really wrong.
This was a huge learning experience for me because, you know, my last movie was $7 million, and this movie cost a lot more than that. And I had a lot to learn about, you know, trying to communicate my vision to such a big crew under such stressful conditions.
75–80% of the film is shot outside in a desert area where the good news is it doesn't rain a lot. The bad news is there's a lot of other elements that are constantly nipping at your heels.
This is when most of the work gets done in this picture. It's usually about 10 minutes of light and we get about 15 shots.
You have to roll. You have to roll. Okay, set, and action.
Do we get it? Okay, moving on.
We're moving on.